Shalom, call Yahba Shem Shah. Shalom to the left. This video, I'm going to actually label this word don't go out void. Because sometimes, I can get caught up thinking, posting videos, and you might not get that many views or whatever, even though Esau like to play with the numbers and the algorithms. I think ain't nobody really paying attention that when you go out and you go teach people. I think ain't nobody really paying attention, but people actually be paying attention. So I happen to be going to work, and somebody I know came up to me, and they was like, man, look at this Neuralink thing. The only reason why they even know about this information because I had been taught about it years ago, and I was like, that's what they're going to be doing real soon. It might take a little bit of time, they got to perfect it and test it out. But let me go to this video real quick. Now you read the book of Revelation, they talk about that you know what going in your hand and in your forehead. So let's play real quick.
Negotiator Vienna talk.
Let me see. It's the right video. No, this ain't it. Let me go to the right one.
We have Neuralink's working well in monkeys, and
listen closely to what he actually saying. Like they're not actually trying, they're going to implement this real soon. And it's being dressed up, looking real good, real deceitful. And once this get pushed even heavier, you know what? Following right behind it.
we're also doing just a lot of testing and just confirming that it's very safe and reliable, and that the Neuralink device can be removed safely.
See, what the scripture say about listening to them with that shit? The book of Matthew chapter 24 verse 24 says, for there shall arise false Hamashiach and false prophets and shall show great signs and wonders. This is a great sign and wonder when you actually look at what it do. They actually restore movement, vision, telepathy, all this different stuff. It says, and so much that if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect. But the elect not going for the shit, the elect not taking a, what, and putting it in their brain.
People may have seen the demo that we published earlier this year, the video of a monkey playing the video game Pong telepathically using the Neuralink in its brain, and it's completely wireless, charges inductively. So basically, the monkey looks completely normal, and yet is playing a video game telepathically, which is, I think, quite profound. We will have. We hope to have this in our first humans, which will be people that have severe spinal cord injuries, like tetraplegics, quadriplegics, next year, pending FDA approval. And I should say our standards for implanting the device are substantially higher than what the FDA requires. Just as our standards for safety with Tesla are much higher than what the U.S. government requires. I'll take a little more than 60 seconds.
Yes, I'm about to cut you off.
Because I think there's something that's I think pretty cool, and I do want to say that I'm very emphasis on cautiously optimistic about this. I think we have a chance with Neuralink of being able to restore.
So you have to really listen to Esau. He's not even sure. He's just saying, I think.
Full body functionality to someone who has a spinal cord injury. Meaning, I think we have a chance. I emphasize a chance of being able to allow someone who cannot walk or use their arms to be able to walk again.
All right, let me go to the other video because this already been set in motion. I just want to pull this up just to, give a little preview. Because the guy brought it to my attention. He was like, he was right. And I'm like, no, it wasn't just me being right. It's some scriptures right. Because people be like, oh, that ain't gonna never happen in our lifetime. Well, it's happening now.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile. With the holiday offer, I can be your little one. Will you switch to Mint now?
The billionaire Elon Musk has never failed to amaze us with this cutting-edge technology produced by Tesla and SpaceX. The companies have been involved in some unpredictable technology that is helping mankind in one way or the other. You might have heard about the new Tesla phone that is going to revolutionize the industry. But today, we are going to reveal a new feature of this phone that is going to be a milestone in the health sector. Join us today in the ride, where we will take you to new fearless innovation from the wealthiest man in the world, Elon Musk, and his companies. But before we get to it, welcome back everyone to Elon Lab, a channel where you get to know all about Elon Musk, SpaceX, and Tesla. If you are new here, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. If you like the content, appreciate it by giving it a thumbs up and sharing your views in the comments down below. Now, let's get to the video. Elon Musk and his companies are involved in some unpredictable technology that is going to help mankind one way or the other. From Tesla's self-driving EVs to SpaceX's tallest rockets, Musk has really achieved the impossible. The billionaire CEO is now donating his time on healthcare, where the speech-impaired will speak again, and the paralyzed will be walking again. All this will be made possible by connecting the brain to phones and computers. The new Tesla Model Pi, from connecting to Starlink and mining the cryptocurrency, will also be supporting Neuralink technology, which will read information from the brain. The developers declare that, in cases of injury, users will replace some brain functions. Such words sound like something from a movie about the future and cause delight. We often talk about Tesla and SpaceX, but these are not the only companies owned by Elon Musk. Another company that was founded by Musk is the Neuralink Corporation. It is a neurotechnology company developing implantable brain-machine interfaces, or BMIs. The company is building a device that could be embedded in a person's brain, where it could both record brain activity and potentially stimulate it. Neuralink...
Now, if you actually go look this up, I ain't gonna look it up, but you gotta do your homework too. So, you go look it up, you actually see. And click on this real quick. See which one it is. Chapter 13. But yeah, you can actually go look it up. See, Esau being real deceptive because they know there's certain information coming out actually about this. And they know this man is bringing these precepts out, and actually comparing and contrasting these videos that they making with these scriptures. So on this visual, but yeah, you know what? I said I was gonna do it. I'm gonna just go ahead and show it. But you still can look it up as well. Right here, they got it on the top of the head. You actually go look at these other images. To it real quick. See if I can find that real quick. Give me one minute, let me see. Social video. I know I made a video a while ago about this, going into this topic. Okay, here you go, right here. They got this going towards the forehead. Now, what does scripture say right here? It says in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, they call it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. What is that right here? Now, anybody? No, you got your little snakes on there. Look, if a person can't see this, they've been blinded, man. Like, that's the reason for that, because everybody's not really meant to make it on that first go round. Meant for that salvation. Pull this precept real quick. And that's more valuable than anything on this earth anyway, because when this destruction comes, you know, even though people like to get money and handle their business and do different stuff like that, that shit ain't no vanity compared to what's about to take place. It's the book of Romans, chapter 11, let me see. In verse 7, it said, what then Israel have not obtained, that which is seeketh for, or that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. There's a lot of people that ask questions that want answers. If you give them the answers, they don't want to hear that shit. And ultimately, they ain't meant to hear that shit anyway. They'll be blinded. You show a person, you go through this whole book. I've done it numerous times, go through the whole book, from Genesis to Revelation, go grab Apocrypha, and get all that stuff from Ezra to Tobias to the book of Judah to whatever other books that people want to actually go into. If they ain't going to get it, they're not going to get it. Verse 8, it says, according as it is written, God have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day. And David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them, that their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back all the way. So, hey, the brother that came to me, talking to me about this, he could be one of the people that's meant to see. Because there's numerous people I don't told about this, family members, whatever, women I've dated, so-called friends or associates. Majority of them, they don't see this. They laugh it off or shrug their shoulders. But literally, since all this different stuff been going on, back to back to back in the news, I say at least 2 or 3 different people that came to me and asked me about this, and they asked about this word right here. Let me pull it up. I ain't even gonna say it. I'm gonna just pull it up and see how Esau played it, because they like to play these little games and take videos down and shit. And that's how you know it's accurate, because if this stuff wasn't accurate, there wouldn't be no reason for them to take it down. There's other hideous stuff online that they can take down. But when you put out valuable information, that's a threat. Now, when you look at this word and you take that off, and you take that off, it's like they're putting it right in your face anyway. Just to let you know, like, hey, it's basically coming. We're just trying to push our agenda, push our plan. Now, if you don't see it, that's the reason why. The election have attained it and the rest were blinded. We got people that's really blind. Let me finish letting this play some more and put some more presets.
Person's brain, where it can both record brain activity and potentially stimulate it. Neuralink co-founder Elon Musk said that his brain-computer interface company's first product will allow users with paralysis to use a smartphone with their mind faster than someone using their thumb. Elon Musk wants to implant Bluetooth-enabled implants into your brain, claiming that the gadgets will enable telepathy and help patients with motor function issues. According to the San Francisco-based Neuralink's website, the company, which Musk launched with a...
See, you gotta think about Esau. Esau really don't give a fuck about society like that anyway, so them putting that little fake narrative talking about restoring motor capabilities so you'll be able to walk and move and all that bullshit. They don't care about that. Listen to what they really care about.
Someone using their thumb. Elon Musk wants to implant Bluetooth-enabled implants into your brain, claiming that the gadgets will enable telepathy and help him.
That's what they care about, that shit, and actually fucking with your thoughts. They're not worrying about you being able to move around and shit. If that was the case, they'd have been doing that.
Patients with motor function issues. According to the San Francisco-based Neuralink's website, the company, which Musk launched with a half a dozen researchers, professors, and industry experts in 2016, will eventually implant a computer chip roughly the size of a large coin into the human brain. The chip will be connected to 1,000 wires, measuring 1/10 the width of a human hair. The wires are equipped with 1,024 electrodes, which are able to both monitor brain activity and theoretically electrically stimulate the brain. This data is all transmitted wirelessly via the chip to computers, where it can be studied by researchers. According to Musk, the chip features a USB-C port, the same adapter used by Apple's MacBooks, and connects via Bluetooth.
When your idea has grown from side hustle to showroom, Spot On is there.
Bluetooth to a small computer worn over the ear, and to a smartphone. About the small size of the chip, the CEO said, if you're going to stick something
And to your smartphone, wait a minute, I thought it was supposed to be for people that can't walk and shit.
in your brain, you want it not to be large. The small chip will be installed into the human brain by a robotic surgery. Musk said the robot, when operated by a surgeon, will drill 2mm holes in a person's skull. The chip part of the device will plug the hole in the patient's skull. He further said that the interface to the chip is wireless, so you have no wires poking out of your head. That's very important. Elon Musk compares the delicate surgery to implant the chip with LASIK, which is a surgery to correct vision in people. A question was asked to Musk and Neuralink on Twitter, in response to which the billionaire said that they are still far from LASIK, but could get pretty close in a few years. Once the chip, which Neuralink calls the Link, will be implanted into the human brain, it will wirelessly connect the brain to the digital world, starting by connecting to a smartphone. In the near future, Musk envisions the Link as a treatment for a variety of mental illnesses and disabilities, ranging from depression and anxiety to memory loss, dementia, and paralysis. If you can sense what people want to do with their limbs, you can do a second implant where the spinal injury occurred and create a neural shunt, Musk said. I'm confident in the long term, it'll be possible to restore somebody's full body motion. To test the chip, Neuralink implanted it into the skull of a pig named Gertrude. The experiment was demonstrated in a presentation where Neuralink conducted a live demo of its technology on 3 pigs, as well as captured brain activity when the pig sniffed about for food. According to Musk, the pig had been living with the chip implanted in her skull for 2 months. This was a huge advancement in the project. Before that, in 2019, during the debut of the Neuralink product, the company showed photos of a rat with a Neuralink connected via a USB-C port. The company went a step further, and earlier this year, Neuralink put a computer chip into a monkey's skull and used tiny wires to connect it to its brain. Tesla's CEO said that the monkey has been wired up to play video games with its mind using the Link. During an online talking session, he said, "It's not an unhappy monkey. You can't even see where the neural implant was put in, except that he's got a slight light dark mohawk." In the long run, Musk argues that Neuralink might allow humans to telepathically convey concepts to one another and to live in a perceived state after death, which could subsequently be implanted into a robot or another person. He admitted that he was straying into science fiction territory. Musk wants quadriplegics with brain or spinal damage to have Neuralink chips implanted so they may control a computer mouse or their phone or virtually any device just by thinking. Neuralink said in a blog post, "The first indication this device is intended for is to help quadriplegics regain their digital freedom by allowing users to interact with their computers or phones in high bandwidth and naturalistic ways. The funds from the round."
Here's a passive income online business that you haven't heard of that allows you to be free. You know,
Will be used to take Neuralink's first product to market and accelerate the research and development of future products. During an appearance,
You know, they got to dress it up and make it look good, like they care about some other stuff like that. And the whole time it's a whole different sinister agenda behind it. And it all lead up to the book of Revelation talking about, chapter 13. That simultaneously, while it's one that's going to go in your head, or your forehead, but them trying to be slick and act like it's going on the top of your head. You got one going in your hand too, as well.
on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast in May 2020, Elon Musk stated that Neuralink might begin human testing within a year. During an interview in February 2021, he made the same claim. Musk had stated in 2019 that he planned to implant a chip inside a human patient by the end of 2020. According to Musk, the resulting computer capacity will enable humans to compete with quickly growing AI on a global scale. Previously, Musk has talked about the negative effect of AI and said that it could be more dangerous than even the nukes. Musk's project is an attempt to use artificial intelligence, or AI, to have a positive effect on humanity. The New York Times reports that Musk has invested more than $100 million in the San Francisco-based Neuralink. Musk's proposal to develop human-computer implants follows Google and Facebook's efforts in the same direction. But critics aren't so sure customers should trust tech companies with data ported directly from the brain.
You know, I'm gonna just pause that right there. And yeah, you can't trust the devil. You know, Esau will deceive your ass. have you thinking one thing and the whole time it's something else. And $100 million, that's a lot of money. A lot of people can be helped with that. You gotta create some chip to go in somebody's brain to help them with that. Well, hey, people gonna hop on board. They're gonna be with it, especially once Esau start shut down society even more, pushing people into a corner. And if most people ain't really been getting spiritually prepared and physically prepared, mentally prepared, they're gonna fall for the okie doke. Let me see. For one more precept and I'll end this off. Give me 1 minute. Let me find this real quick. Alright, so the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 11, I just end with this. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. And it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Hey, in this word, it's done went out. It's out. Can everybody be like, no, I ain't never hear that. I ain't never heard about that. Tell the people that listen to these different videos, hear this stuff, go right past it, act like it ain't nothing, like it ain't gonna never happen. Or call somebody an extremist or whatever. Then once they see stuff like this actually come to pass, because this was last month, they just put this up. Once they see stuff like this coming to pass, like the scriptures say, surely they'll know that a prophet have been among them. They ain't just no average man running around, because people try to downplay you like you're just some average person. But it ain't that. And how about Shem Shah set up ambassadors, set up men that actually teach and guide people in the right direction. But hey, if you're meant to get it, you're gonna get it. If not, you're not gonna get it. So I just want to bring this out. I don't want to rush this out. This is edifying. Call all y'all about Shem Shah. Shalom to the left.